What's going on, everybody? I've got the Bitcoin chart open. We had one crazy rejection on Friday. Um, yeah, pretty crazy what the rejection that we got from range highs. So let's start with the basics. Yeah, trade the range. Right. Obviously, we've got range highs, $73,000 level. Range lows at the $60,000 level. And then the midpoint coming in at about $66,000. My game plan over the last couple of months, well, 3-4 months now, has been pretty simple. You short the highs, you long the bottom, right? I had a long earlier this week up here, so let me actually zoom in. I'm going to go to the hourly time frame. I think my long came in, was somewhere here, I'm pretty sure. So what happened was price got above previous week's high. I wanted to see it respected as support. It was. You see how over here it's support, over here it's support. I wanted price to push back up above this level. Actually, I think the entry was over here. I don't remember. It was either here or here. But my target was the $72,000 level. It was first the 71,400, which was here. Yeah, okay, now I remember. But yeah, my entry was here. The entry was right above previous week's high. My first target was this high, the 71,400, and then my next one was the overall high, which was at about $72,000. Yeah, $72,000. Stop loss. I think it was down here, 70,100, something like that. Yeah. So we had TP1 hit, right? We reclaimed previous week's high. I wanted to see it respected. Usually when price falls into a previous candle's range, right, after sweeping one end of it, chances are likely we're going to go back to the midpoint of that candle's range. So I'll show you that in a moment, but that's like a little golden nugget right there that I've noticed trading for this long, right? So notice how we're up above previous week's high. We're holding it as support. TP1 hit. We fell just short of TP2. We visited 71.9. We did not quite hit the $72,000 level. We eventually did, but I got stopped out first, right? Because after I hit TP1, and this is usually how I trade, I moved my stops to around break even. So I got stopped out somewhere here. Actually, it might have been this candle. I don't remember, but it was either way. I got stopped out at about break even. And it is what it is, right? It was a green trade, nothing to complain about. You move on from it. So that was really the only Bitcoin trade that I took. Now, this happened a little after NFP. We got this crazy candle during NFP, and then we got a full rejection after NFP. But what I was saying was, if you lose either the high or you reclaim the low of a previous candle. Now, this is fractal, right? So this could be set for any time frame, but I like trading the higher time frames, usually the weekly, the monthly, sometimes even the daily. But the weekly, without a doubt, is my favorite. You notice how we lose it over here. This was a little fake out, but we lose it over here. So the question is, okay, well, where do we go next? It's usually the 50% mark of that candle, right? So we come into the high. So here, let me actually go back down to the weekly. So you see how we lost the weekly high. So naturally, what I'm expecting is for price to go back down to the midway point of that same candle, at least for it to be tapped. Now, the same would be said for a reverse, right? If we were trading below the previous week low and then we reclaimed it, my next target is, okay, I'm expecting price to go to the 50% mark of that candle. This is something that happens over and over again. Now, unfortunately, this happened so quickly. I just did not get an entry. Yeah, I mean, this happened within 2 hours. Maybe if you went down a lower time frame, you would have gotten it. Let's take a look. Yeah, you see that? I was just straight down. It was insane, right? We broke down. There was no retest of the highs. We just kept falling, kept falling, kept falling. It was, yeah, this was. There's just no way to there was just no way for me to enter. Besides, I wasn't really watching this. I just had an alert, Bitcoin was acting up, so that's when I actually saw the charts. I was like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? But yeah, so that's like a little review. of last week's price action. Let's see, where were we? Right here. So the question is, okay, well, where is price likely to go now? Now, if you remember, what I was looking at last week was this. We have this consolidation range over here. I wanted to see these lows swept, right? Potentially, even for price to go down into the $65,000 level, which is a key weekly level, right? And that was where I was looking for longs. Now, for now, I don't know if that's going to happen, right? Because we still have the point of control coming in. So immediately, that's going to be my next level of support. It's the point of control of this range. So let's actually draw the volume profile out. And that's coming in at, yeah, $67,000 as it has been for a while, right? So this level right now is going to be key. I'm going to be watching it. We just got rejected the valley area high. Now notice this. We just created equal highs. That's just beautiful, right? This to me is just market makers engineering liquidity, right? Trying to make people think that, hey, this is, you know, key resistance, and at some point we're going to sweep those highs, and you know, a bunch of people, they have their stop losses over here. We're going to sweep those highs. The question though is, where are market makers going to enter into long positions for price to push back up? Could it be right here? Absolutely. But I have no reason to enter over here. There's no confirmation for me, right? There is this daily support over here, right? This candle could be respected, but I don't know how long it's going to hold, right? If this is, in fact, the start of a new bullish structure to go higher, then yes, this level needs to hold, right? So we just had a big consolidation over here. If we're going to break out and go higher, then obviously I want this to be the first higher low. And this level should hold. There should be no reason for us to violate the support level and go down to the point of control of the range. So it would look something like this. And then we come back up, sweep this, maybe retest it, and then go for new highs right away. Right? And then eventually my $81,000 target, that would be next. Right? But that's another story right now. If this level is violated, then this $67,000 is the level that I'm watching. If we aren't able to hold it, then we're back to that $65,000 level that I've been watching since last week, right? So that would be this level right here. Right, so this area right here. That would be the next level of support. So those, to me, are the two major, you know, key levels, and what I want to see is I want to see how price plays out at this level right here. Like I said, there's two scenarios right now. If we're going to go to, you know, all-time highs, then this for me would be the first higher low after the breakout from this consolidation, right? But we could dip into a discount, right? Go back below the midpoint of the range into the $64,500 level before we push back up higher. I personally do not want to see us break back down to range lows, right? Reason being is that, you know, I had that perspective of accumulation, manipulation, expansion. This whole thing was accumulation. We manipulated below range lows, and now this is supposed to be the expansion leg up higher. Given that the manipulation has already taken place, I don't want to see price go back down here again. That to me would just signify weakness, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But this right now, this should tell me the story. If this level holds, then if we're unable to displace below $68,500, $69,000, I'm naturally thinking we're going to push higher to a new all-time highs. Right, so let's see what we get this coming week. But yeah, my setups for now is if we lose this level, right? My setup is the same as last week. I'm looking for longs down here. I want to see price sweep these lows, potentially dip here. It is probably important that I mention that I don't want any daily closes below the point of control. That's especially key, yeah, because I want to see price come here, wick, yeah. I want to see a reaction, so I want to see a wick, and then I want to see an immediate push back up. So yeah, let's see what we